Yeah, I get nervous, but I get mostly really excited. I have crazy stage fright.
Congratulations on the film. Love a good superhero movie. So for you, do you before this, did you love a good excuse me, a good superhero movie? Were you a Marvel fan and was being a superhero on the bucket list, perhaps?
It was not on my bucket list. I didn't ever think that I would be in a superhero movie, but I read this script and I was really obsessed with the idea that her superpower was her mind and her intellect, and it's a group of young women and young women discovering their powers. I thought it was, you know, so important and cool.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's so much to this character. I mean, on a base level, of course, there's the spider thing. I mean, there's a web behind you there. I was wondering also, because spiders kind of freak me out. And either you're a spider lover or like, I will try and get them in the jar and put them outside. Like, I wouldn't kill a spider. Are you a
Yes,
spider person?
I'm the same. I'm the same way.
Okay, so you're not
Yeah.
scared of them.
Well, no, I'm not scared, but I would rather I feel like they would rather live outside, so I help them do that.
Yeah, they don't need to be living in our houses and apartments, do they? Anyway, you're driving a lot in this and driving pretty fast, all sorts of vehicles, from ambulances to taxi cabs. So, did you have to learn stunt driving? Are you naturally a good driver? Do you know what I mean? Are you good a bit of a parallel parking? Can you do that?
I'm a pretty good parallel parker for sure. Um, I I like driving. I grew up, I was to say I grew up driving, but I kind of did grow up driving. Um, yeah, it was so fun to be able to learn how to do proper stunts in a car.
Did somebody have to like, was that a long part of the process training for this, whether it's choreography learning or learning how to drive a stunt drive a car? Is that a lot of before you start filming, you have to do all this training stuff?
I did only one day of stunt driving training, which was so much fun, and I learned a bunch of crazy things. And then um, because I grew up on a ranch in Colorado, so I learned how to drive kind of anything at a really young age, like a car or stick shift or a motorcycle, whatever. Like I just grew up knowing how to drive stuff. So it was really, really fun for me. And then um, the combat, like the fight scenes and things like that, we spent a few weeks learning that choreography and working on that stuff.
Okay. You're obviously a very accomplished actor. I mean, you're amazing, but you just did Saturday Night Live. And I was wondering, is something like that, do you get nervous at all? Because it is a different thing, I assume, presenting to acting. So was there any nerves when you were doing that?
It's very, very different. And yeah, I get nervous, but I get mostly really excited. I have crazy stage fright when I have to do anything else, like give speeches or whatever. If I have to present an award or anything like that, I get really nervous. But with Saturday Night Live, it's like my favorite place to be. So it's adrenaline and it's excitement and I get nervous for sure, of course, but it's like I don't know, it's like show adrenaline.
Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of young girls are going to find this quite an empowering movie. You mentioned a lot of young women in this movie. So I was wondering, you turned up the after party with your mum, Melanie Griffith, of course, for SNL. So are you inspired by your own mum? Do you know what I mean? Did she inspire you to be an actor and to
Yes.
become so good?
Yeah, I grew up watching her work, and I just, yeah, I think she's incredible.
She's incredible, as are you. I mean, the 90s vibe of this, I was feeling, right? I
Yeah.
love the 90s. Well, did you enjoy that part? Like the high-waisted mum jeans, the Levi's,
Yeah, yeah.
did you enjoy it?
Yes, absolutely. I felt like, because the movie takes place in 2003, but I felt like Cassie was still holding on to the 90s a lot. Mostly because I was like, there's no way that I can pull off 2003 fashion like these three young girls. Um, so
Yeah. Did you enjoy the like fight scenes in this? I mentioned the choreography you might have to learn. Is it, do you get to let off a bit of steam when you're an actor and you get to do all those things, or is it such a cuts that you actually can't really
it
get
it
in?
is it is quite choppy when you're filming it. It doesn't feel very cathartic. It's pretty like it is very choreographed. So it's not like I got to wail on somebody.
Yeah. It's hard to tell what's real and what's not in this movie, which is a compliment, really. But like between the blue screen and the real stuff. So the underwater scenes, I was trying to figure out: did you get into a tank to do that, or how? Because your hair was going. I was going, is that like? Did you have to do the
Yeah.
underwater?
For some of it, we were underwater. And for some of it, we were not underwater. We were on a blue screen, but we did do, I did, breath training. So to train to hold my breath for quite a long time so I could be under for a while.
Wow. Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much for talking to us, Dakota. Congratulations on Madam
Thank
Web.
you.
And yeah, thank you. It's great to talk to you.
Nice to meet you.